Hi, my name's Abhi and I'm in the 11 a.m. section of MGT 16. And I've read the code of conduct for Dolce and Gabbana, and I'm going to describe what it tells me about the company. Their code of conduct is split into three sections. There's an introduction that outlines the company's values and describes how their code of ethics is structured. The bulk of the code is in the second section, which describes the rules that the company has for its relationships with employees, customers, suppliers, and governments that they deal with. And the third section is just a conclusion that emphasizes how important it is to follow the code. One of the first things in the code is a description of the roles that the founders of the company still play. And like it makes it pretty clear that they're still the creative heads of the company and they direct the company's growth strategy. Uh, and that's going to be important later on in the video. A lot of the first and second sections of the company's code focus on their commitment to encouraging creativity and free expression within fashion, and also their commitment to being against discrimination, like both within the company and any of their activities outside. It also outlines their commitment to being environmentally friendly and using ethical manufacturing practices. Because of that, I decided to look into the company's manufacturing practices further, and they do seem pretty committed to being environmentally friendly. They get a lot of their fabrics and fibers and other raw materials from renewable sources. Most of their leather is ethically sourced, and they've had a big effort in reducing plastic usage within the company. And all their products actually are made in Italy, while they could have easily used like a less developed country to have lower labor costs, but they're committed to like using artisanal methods. And while it's a good thing that the company's very focused on sustainability, I looked into their other controversies that they've had in the past, and it feels like they aren't really upholding their code of ethics when it comes to encouraging creativity or going against discrimination. Since the founders still have a big role, since they're still the creative directors, a lot of the company's controversies come from them. Like there have been controversies going back like 20 years, such as an ad in 2007 that a lot of people described as misogynist. And then they had a scandal in 2015 where the founders described their opposition to gay couples adopting children, which led to a lot of people boycotting Dolce and Gabbana. They also had to cancel an event in China because many people thought the promotional materials for the event were racist, which led to a boycott of the brand in China as well. And most recently, in January of this year, during a fashion show, while other fashion companies were kind of committed to encouraging diversity and creativity within their companies, it seems like the founders of the company had a pretty narrow vision for what they wanted, which I feel like goes against what's outlined in the code of ethics about encouraging creativity and being against discrimination. They've also gotten in legal trouble in Italy for tax evasion, which also kind of breaks the company's commitment to, following the law. So while I think the company doesn't do a ton of like physical harm, like they use good manufacturing practices, it feels like they aren't really able to follow their ethics. So I think if I had to rate it out of five, like we did in class, I'd probably give it a 3 out of 5 since it seems they do fall short of their values pretty often.